wherever you're watching me from. Welcome again in our channel here as we go live. Remember, here we discuss cross-cutting issues, current affairs, especially we focus in Africa, but sometimes we cross to other places in the world when we see a topic of interest. And so you're welcome, my beloved, wherever you're watching us from, whether from Kenya, from Tanzania, from Zambia, South Africa, from Nigeria, Congo, to Sudan, to Egypt, to Middle East, to India, to China, to America, or UK, Europe, wherever you're watching us from, you're welcome here. And we would like to engage with you with comments, share, and what is your opinion about this topic. Today, we want to discuss about this culture of Christian, or the persecution that is going on in the world about Christians. We all know there is a global persecution for Christians in most every nations, even those nations who are democratic one, that they say they support freedom of worship. Yet, even in those nations, there is some sorts of persecutions, restrictions, bullying, segregations, systematic segregations going on in those nations. Even in America, even in UK, in Germany, in France, there are some sorts of persecutions going on in those nations. Yes, we have seen, especially in the past administration, for example, in America, and President Joe Biden, there were some restrictions. We have seen people in UK threatened to be persecuted just because they stood up to oppose some agendas that were against their faith. So today I want to address this issue concerning Christians. Yes, we know there are persecutions around the globe, but what are the problems on the Christians' side themselves until this evil has been allowed to grow in most places in the world? We know that Christians are powerful in number of all religions. There is no religion that has more members than Christians, but also there is more religion that is rich than Christians. But there are no powerful people than Christians in the world. So religion, in terms of religion, Christians leads almost in every area, in education, in technology, in military power. Those nations that are led by Christians, like British, like God bless you, my brother from Senegal. God bless you so much. British, America, France, German, even Russia. Russia is the Orthodox Christian nation. So if you look, Christians leads almost in every area, even in donation. Christian nations or Christian organizations, they are leading, donating millions and billions of dollars to different places in the world, in the Middle East, to Islamic nations. But there is some problems on the side of Christians that has allowed this evil to continue. If you look, you may think that Christians are weak. Christians are the minority in the world, but in real, Christians are majority. We lead in every area in education. When you look at these Christians, universities, and this nation that we are formed under, or we say by Judeo-Christians, Christian leads in everywhere, but there is this culture that has allowed these perpetrators or this evil to go on. It seems that there is a systematic war, battle to encircle Christians in almost every area in the society. In sports, you see favoritism, you see segregation against the Christians. In music, you see musicians mocking Christian figures. Oh, our Savior, Lord Jesus Christ. You see him mocked by musicians, by media. You see in media, this mainstream media, how they handle issues concerning Christianity, especially in Africa, is quite different as how they handle whether there is persecution maybe about Muslims or any persecution concerning Muslim peoples. How the media handles it, it is quite different. Even these international organizations like UN, how UN handles the Christian issues and other religions is very quite different. So there is a war going on. There is a systematic plan to outsmart, to outnumber, and even to encircle Christian in different areas of the society, in politics, in sports, in entertainment, in technology, everywhere. There is a systematic effort to encircle Christians, to push away Christianity in the mainstream culture in the society. That's why you see in schools, in those nations that were founded in Judeo-Christian values, they are now banning prayer in school, Bible in school, because they believe we are now in a multi-faith society. But all this is the effort pushed by the wicked people, influenced by demonic powers, I can say so, to push Christianity out of our mainstream culture. And if we don't stand, if we don't watch out, if we don't stand, Christianity will be in trouble in a few years to come. Even now we are in trouble. So based on this, today I want to address the problem that I see on our side as Christians. Yes, there is persecution. Yes, there are those who want to eradicate Christianity in the world. So, yes, in their side, you cannot decide on their side. You cannot stop a person who wants to hate you. But there is something you can do about it. It doesn't mean that we sit and cry. There is something that we can do about it. And that is something, I'm not advocating for retaliation. I'm not saying that we should retaliate. No. There is a better way that we can use, we can do about these persecutions. As we have seen, people are being killed in Congo. In Nigeria, worshippers are being kidnapped, are being killed, are being tortured. In Nigeria, churches are being banned. In Pakistan, Christians are under persecution. Almost every place, if you look, the Bible is partially banned or banned completely. Almost in all Arabic nations or Muslim nations, the Bible is banned or restricted in some way. Almost banned. Most places, especially in Christian, in Muslim world, in Arabic world, you cannot freely express your faith. You cannot walk by Christian sign, maybe by a cross or whatever signs in most places, but in other areas they are being allowed to conduct their faith anyhow they want. They have allowed, but in most places, especially in those nations, Christianity is restricted or sometimes almost banned in most areas. So what can we do as Christians? As I said earlier, Christianity is powerful, both in military powers, those nations and Christian majority are powerful, both in soft powers like giving aids and donation to other peoples. If you look at this organization like Red Cross, like CARE, and other organization like Oxfam and others, they were founded by Christians. Most of organizations, they were funded by, and even those who are donors, those who fund those organizations, most of them are Christians or nations that are under Christian majority, like Canada, like UK, like France, like Germany, like Australia, like USA. These are the organizations that even supports Muslim peoples, like in Gaza, like in the Middle East. These other nations like Iran and other, they just make noise, but they contribute a little. If you look nations that are helping the Palestinians, those who are donating millions and millions to Palestinians are Christians or nations that were formed or were established or they developed, they made progress under Christian majority. So Christianity is very powerful. It's very but there are problems that has caused that to be seen as weak because of our culture. So we have to end this culture that we are going to address here. And I would like to connect with you what you think. What is your opinion about this? There is culture that has allowed. For example, I have been watching the persecution in Nigeria, in Congo, in Pakistan. I try to follow up this persecution, the restriction of Christians in China, in almost every place, Christians is under fire. You see mockery in sports like the latest Olympic Games in France. They tried to repress this picture by Leonardo da Vinci, I think, of Last Supper, when Jesus performed his Last Supper with his disciples. They tried to repress, even if they denied it, but systematic, that is what they were trying. So what has allowed this to continue in the world? Because of some of our ignorance, some carelessness, irresponsibility, and other culture that we have to deal with them. We have to address them before it is too late. Christians, they must wake up before it is too late. Before it is too late. If you study history, we always say that the best way to predict about the future is to study the past. Everywhere, especially this Muslims are our friends, but allow me to address them. Wherever they went, they repress that nation slowly. They repress. If you look, Egypt first was a Christian nation. If you look Turkey or Turkey, it was a stronghold of Christianity. If you read the Bible, these churches like Ephesus, Corinth, and Colossians and others, they were located in those areas, in the Middle East, in Syria, in Jordan, in Ireland there, in Turkey. But the Muslims came, they conquered, they came as a friend sometime, they signed treaties with people, but in manipulation. They managed to manipulate them, and later when they gained power, they started to persecute, pushing away people, or killing them, or assimilating, Islamizing them to become as Muslims. So we have to wake up. It has already happened. Maybe you can say in arrogance that, oh, God cannot be defeated. Jesus, of course, Jesus cannot be defeated, and the word of God will never be defeated. Christianity will never be defeated. But tell me, where is Ephesus? Where is Ephesus? Where is Corinthians? Where is Colossae? Where are those churches that we read in the Bible? Where are they? Where are those 7 churches that were addressed by Jesus in the book of Revelation? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? So why the best place of Jesus in Bethlehem is under Muslims now? Why? Why? So you have to think. Maybe don't come up with these simple answers, claiming the Bible that, oh, Jesus will never, of course, Jesus will never can never be defeated. But we Christians, we can be defeated if we don't stand and defend our rights. My dear, even America, there is agenda to repress this nation. That's why you see these people, they criticize the West, they call them infidel, they call them haram, but yet they emigrate to those nations. What are they looking in those nations? Have you seen this crisis going on in America about Somalis people? Most of them are Muslims. They call America the big Satan. They hate America, but yet they cannot leave America to go back to Somalia. Why can't they? Why don't they go to China or to North Korea where they support? So what they want is the fighting against Christianity. It is going on in whole world. There is no peace for Christian almost in every nation. Even in those nations where there is some sort of freedom, there is no freedom in such. We have seen in UK people being persecuted, people being threatened to be persecuted, to be thrown to jail because they stood up to oppose some things. We have seen people like leaders like the Prime Minister of England or UK, Sir Keir Starmer, saying that to allow some sort of demonstration by Christians is annoying our neighbors, annoying other faiths. But we see this. But you see them demonstrating freely. They have been allowed to spread their hate in UK, in other places, freely. So, my friend, we have to stand up. There is a problem that I want to address, that Christians, we must stand up and fight against this. And there is a problem on our side or on Christian sides that I don't like. Especially our participation in global affairs. Christians are many, they outnumber any religion, but there is little participation or representation of Christians in global stage concerning global agendas. If today there is a small persecution of Muslims. For example, if Israel decides to attack Gaza, you may see some nations, maybe Algeria or Pakistan or Iran or other nations, calling for UN, maybe Security Council or regular UN session to discuss about that matter. But you cannot see any nation raising this issue maybe of Nigeria's Christian persecution in the UN. So there is little representation, and that's why, because there are no Christians nation. There are Christian majority nation, but there are no viable Christians nation that can tend to defend Christians on the global stage. So you will never see, you will rarely see, or not see at all, maybe a nation trying to summon the UN meeting to try to tackle this insecurity, this kidnapping, this killing and persecution of Christian in a global stage. Good evening to Mr. DDM Tunes. You are welcome here, and we are discussing about Christian persecution around the globe. So you are welcome. If you have a question, you have a contribution, I welcome. So number one, there is no representation of Christian matters in global stage, especially in the UN. There are a lot of discussion going on, discussing about Muslims. These people, for example, if you take Gaza, if Gaza get attacked, and they are the perpetrators, the Gazan or the Palestinian are the perpetrators. They provoke Israel. Once Israel retaliates, there are a lot of nations, including Christian majority nations like South Africa. They rush to defend Gazan. They rush to defend Palestinian, who are perpetrators. But there are little representation of Christians in the global stage. This is a problem, number one. And I cannot understand leaders from nations like France, from nations like UK, from nations like Australia, or even Zambia. Zambia has defined itself as a Christian majority or as a Christian nation. I cannot understand why a nation like Zambia cannot summon the UN Security Council to try to discuss Christian persecution. Why a nation like Congo, with a lot of Christians, almost 80%, 90% Christians, and a president who himself is a Christian. I cannot understand why nations like those German, like Zambia, like South Africa, they cannot summon, they cannot call on a Security Council, a UN Security Council, or a regular UN meeting to try to discuss about this matter. So, my friend, we have to know that contrary to Muslims, contrary to Hindus, contrary to other religions, if today Muslims are going through a persecution somewhere, you will see Muslim nations and Arabic nations doing whatever they can do to try to raise the issue in the UN and other international organizations to try to help them. But on the side of Christians, I don't know why we don't have representation. I have not seen a single country trying to raise this issue on a global stage on the UN. So I call on the Christian nation, the Christian nations, or the Christian majority nations like US, like UK, or like Zambia, especially in Africa, Zambia, Ghana, and other nations. Please, you presidents, you prime ministers, you ambassadors, and other people who have been given influence, try to raise this issue in the UN Security Council, in the regular UN meetings and other organizations. The UN has a department that deals with faith, but there is little representation of Christians' cause. And if you look, Christians are in deep problems in many places in the world, including in the civilized world, in Germany, in UK, in France, in Australia, in Canada. Thank God for Donald Trump. He's trying to cool down, but under the Biden administration, we saw Joe Biden trying to declare the Easter Sunday as a transgender. I cannot remember this issue of same-sex or homosexuality. Joe Biden, the president of America, he cannot do that about Muslims. Muslims are very radical. If you try to insert their prophet, they will raise up. But Jesus can get mocked. And Christians, we do nothing about it. I'm not saying that we should become violent. No, violence is not our way. But there is something we can do based on our influence. Thank God for people like Elon Musk. People like Elon Musk. Even people those who can you don't expect it. Like this artist from America, whom Nicki Minaj is trying to defend the Christians in Nigeria, but there are big names like Pope, like Bishop of Canterbury. They are too afraid to speak about this. They want to be loved by all people. So this cannot go like this way. Christian is very powerful, but our brothers are being persecuted in Congo, are being persecuted in Nigeria. They are being kidnapped. Just yesterday, a church in Nigeria was burned and worshippers were kidnapped. Just yesterday in Nigeria. Look in Pakistan, how Christians are being persecuted in Pakistan. Look even in your nations. In most places, Christians cannot express their faith freely. You cannot sell Bible. You cannot carry your Bible in most places, especially in the Arabic world. So, where are the leaders? Why leaders from these nations, like UK, powerful nations like Germany, powerful nations like America, why don't you tell them that you people in Saudi Arabia, in Pakistan, in Jordan, in Syria, we have allowed your religion in our nations. In our nations. Why can't you allow Christians to build churches in those places free? Why can't you allow open air meetings, gospel meeting in those nations? Why can't we tell them? So they let them. So in a very poor way, we care about oil. We care about investment. We have seen Donald Trump saying that we have accumulated investments from Middle East. His tour in the Middle East, he ended a massive support of investment in America. But should we care about money, just only man? Do we only care about man? Don't we care about lives? Why we cannot be allowed to preach freely in Saudi Arabia? Why there are growing number of Muslims in Europe, in Western Europe, whether we believe in the nations that we are founded in Christian, Judeo-Christian values? Why there are free expression of their faith in America? There are massive, great mosques, place of worship for Muslims in America. But why can't they allow free worship in Saudi Arabia? So we need leaders. I expected leaders like Keir Starmer, Donald Trump. Thank God for Trump. He's trying to do his best to defend Christians in the world. Even if you hate him, me, I support him because of what he's doing. He's trying to defend Christians in the world, and I support him by that. Even if you try to examine, since Donald Trump was re-elected to the office, these issues of transgender, these issues of homosexuality, and when you stand against homosexuality, we will do this, we will sanction you, we will remove all the aids and whatever, has ended. Thank God for Trump. But we expect more. We expect leaders. Imagine leaders like Chakwera. I think in Malawi, he's a born-again Christian. Why can't you use your influence to defend about your Christian? Why can't you raise this issue in in UN Security Council. So Christians lack representations. This organization, most of them, even this Amnesty International, and this different organization, Human Rights Watch, most of them are funded by Christians or by Christian majority nations. Yet they don't defend Christians as they should do. They rush to defend Muslims. They defend Palestinians. They defend Muslims than they defend Christians. So the taxpayers' money from Christian majority nations is not used to defend them, but they go almost most time to defend people from other nations. I don't say that they should not defend those nations, no, but you should defend your people first. You should defend your people. So number one, you must know this. Christians, try to check, try to examine it by yourself. When have you seen a nation try to summon, to call on a UN meeting to discuss about Christian persecution? There is no. Muslims have more than 40 nations or more than 25 nations that can defend Muslims. Right here in Africa, what is a Christian nation here in Africa? By constitution. But Muslim nations, Egypt, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Tunisia, Algeria, they can call a meeting, they can call a UN Security Council to defend their people. They just don't say that we are defending our fellow Muslims. For example, in the ongoing or the latest fighting between Hamas and Israel, Algeria was a front runner, every time calling for ceasefire. Unfortunately, even nations like South Africa, a Christian majority nation, I haven't seen South Africa and Cyril Ramaphosa in their communist party, the ANC, I haven't seen them trying to defend Christians. I haven't seen them. But they rush to defend Muslims, Palestinian, under guise of they are defending their freedom. No, they are defending Muslims. So Christians, first of all, on our side, we lack representation in the global stage. We lack serious representation on the global stage. On the UN Security Council, on the regular UN meeting, you cannot see any nation, I haven't seen any nation calling an emergency meeting to discuss issues concerning Christians. But there are persecution of Christians almost every places in the world. In China, you see this crackdown of these underground churches. In Pakistan, these issues of blasphemy laws. We have seen in Pakistan a Christian village being burned, being vandalized, people being killed, people being falsely accused to blaspheme and then put to jail, or sometimes being killed by mobs. And there is no justice for these people. So check in Nigeria, check in Congo, in Middle East, you cannot go with your Bible or your Christian materials in Doha, in Saudi Arabia, in Oman, thank God some nations are trying to modify, like the UAE, Qatar. Sometimes they are trying to modify their to allow this we call religious tolerance. They are trying to modify, but in most places, Christians are under segregation, are under persecution, are under torture, systematic segregation. So we lack representation. This is my call. Christians in your nation. For example, South Africa. South Africa. Push your country. Push your country. Push your country. You know, something I like about Muslims, if you persecute a Muslim in Africa, the whole Muslim or Islam world, they wake up, they gang up to defend those people. This is lacking for we Christians. We have some powerful people in the world in a good position, but they don't use their position to defend Christians. So we lack representation on the UN Security Council. Although Christians nations or Christian majority nations and Christian people are the one who give, who donate to support different causes, to support humanitarian issues around the globe. Yet Christians themselves, they don't benefit from those. The UK has a diverse culture with lots of different religions. Of course, I know that, but the UK itself, it was founded, or what made a UK powerful, it is a Judeo-Christian majority. Even the King of England, when he is inaugurated, he's inaugurated in the Anglican Church, and he's called the defender of faith. I know that, my friend. I know that. I know that UK has Muslims, there are Judaism, there are Christians, there are Hindus, there are atheists, and those who don't believe in any religion. That is okay, as long as you practice your faith freely. Allow me to express my faith and your faith. Let us compete, and whoever wins, let them win. But using this kind of intimidation is how we have seen this demonstration of Palestinian cause. They say they defend Palestinian, but in real, they are disguised. They defend Muslims. Where are those people who defend Palestinians? Where are they when Christians are being persecuted? Have you seen this demonstration in London that we are demonstrating, condemning the killings of Christians, the kidnapping of Christians, the burning of churches in Nigeria? Have you seen them? These people, have you seen them? Where are they? Where are the university camping? That we are camping in universities defending about Christians. So I know, my friend, the UK is diverse culture, of course, but in real sense, it is still considered as a Christian majority nation. Are you a Christian? Yes, I am a Christian. I am a Christian, and I am not ashamed. Yes, I am a Christian. Christel, thank you. Brian Masuku, yes, you are right, brother. God bless you, Brian. You guys got a digital ID over there, right? No, we don't have digital, my brother from Denmark. God bless you. We don't have this digital ID here. It is not mandatory or compulsory here. So, Christians lack representation on the global stage, especially in these institutions like the UN. As I said, there are Christian presidents, there are Christian nations like Zambia, like Italy. I don't understand why a nation like Italy cannot call the emergency meeting to discuss about Christian persecution, killing, kidnaps in different places. But also, why these leaders, especially from these powerful nations like UK, like France, like Australia, like Canada, like US itself, the superpower, Why are they not pushing their friends from Middle East, from Arabic nations, that you guys, you have to allow freedom of worship in your nation, as you have been allowed your faith to be practiced freely in the Western world. You can build your mosque, you can establish your place of worship. So allow also in your nations, churches in Saudi Arabia, churches in Egypt, churches in Pakistan, churches in Oman, churches in Iran and other places with Muslim majority or in Muslim nations. So this is my call to these leaders. Use your influence. Power of parliaments like the UK parliaments, like the US. Why can't you use your influence to push freedom of worship? Why can't they allow open air meetings, gospel meeting in their nations, while they are pushing their face in the Western world, trying to repress these places violently? When you see how Qatar is funding this camping in universities, their target is to undermine Christianity. There is a global war against Christianity. That's why I insist again. I emphasize and emphasize. That's why you don't see these Muslim people who always they see the Western world as infidel, as kafir, yet they want to immigrate to those nations. Why these Somalis don't want to leave America? Even if they say America is like a great Satan, why don't they want to leave this nation? So there is an agenda. I have said and I will say it again. I am not against any man religion. This is free discussion. Muslims always, based on my knowledge, they always support China. They support Russia, even if Russia is a Orthodox Christian. They support North Korea. There is no freedom of worship in China, in North Korea, than in America. If you are Muslims, you are free to worship. You are free to build your mosque, your place of worship in America, in UK, in this Western nation that they call the infidel or the kafir or haram. It is free to worship in those nations than in China, than in North Korea. Based on my knowledge, there is only one mosque in North Korea. There is no public mosque in North Korea. Yet Muslims support North Korea, but they don't want to live there. Have you seen Muslims risking their life to enter North Korea or to go to China? Why they don't go there? Because if you try to impose your radicalization in China, if you are luck, you will end up in jail. If you are luck, you will be deported. If you are not luck, the Chinese, they don't joke with this radicalization. But this radicalization has been allowed in America under the umbrella of freedom of expression. No, it is not freedom of expression. It is violent, trying to undermine Christianity. I saw sometime these Palestinian, I call them Hamas demonstrators. They entered in a mass in a church in France. Try to look at that video. It is in YouTube. They entered in a mass, disrupting a mass in France, carrying these Palestinian messages. So why have we allowed this? Antichrist's purpose. Okay, maybe, but I'm not in that way. So what I'm trying to raise alarm to Christians that we should wake up. We don't have representation in the UN, this global stage. But second point on our side, on the Christian side, it is low engagement in media. Media is powerful. Media is powerful. But this thing annoys me and makes me angry, because Christians, we are not united. We are many. I said Christians outnumber everyone. If we were in media trying to push this matter of Christian persecution, it could have reached to a level that everybody, that even this nation, like even this organization like UN, they cannot again bury their head in the sand, pretending that nothing is happening. So there is this problem of Christian low engagement in media. For example, I said we are taking the case study of Nigeria. I saw some media once, Donald Trump and some preachers in Nigeria, like this pastor, God bless him, Ezekiel Dachong. I don't know if I have pronounced well his name, but when he tried to lay this issue to the White House, to Donald Trump, about Christian persecution in Nigeria, and the White House replied, I saw some media like Sky News Australia and Fox News and some Christian media like CBN News. They are trying to push this matter, but I saw some video by Sky News. They are trying to cover this Christian persecution in Nigeria. I think they also they interviewed Pastor Ezekiel Dachomo. But that video, it has only, I think, 46,000 viewers, low engagement. I expected that video to explode on the internet, on YouTube. I expect maybe it could reach millions and millions of viewers and comments and engagement. So there is low participation of Christians in media, and yet there are few media that can defend Christian interests on the global stage. Our friends Muslim, they have their own media like Al Jazeera, my God, Al Jazeera. They do a better job protecting their fellow Muslims. Have you seen how they were covering this issue of Palestinian Israel issue? We may pretend that this is a matter of land, but this is a religious war. The problem, the root cause between Israel and Palestine is religion. This issue of land, or compassion, war, and whatever is just a umbrella disguised, religion disguised as a humanitarian issue. That's not it. The reason why Al Jazeera covers much of Gaza is because they are defending their brother Muslims. So we don't have media like Al Jazeera that can defend Christian interests on the global stage. Even BBC is very biased against a Christian. DW, very biased against the Christians. For example, in our nation, DW is almost a Muslim media. Most of journalists are Muslims. Even if they invite this, we call pandit. I don't call them pandit, but they are religious activists disguised as political analysts or whatever. But most of them are Muslims, and they are very, very biased against a Christian cause. So we have little media that can represent, that can try to cover this issue on the global stage. Our fellow, as I say, there is TRT, Turk television and radio, I think, Al Jazeera, Al Arabia. See TikTok, how they are pushing their narrative in TikTok, on the YouTube. So Christians, we must wake up. I felt bad when I see Christians are not even aware that there is persecution, that there are some brothers, our brothers are being persecuted. So even in the video like mine, I expect maybe it could reach more people, but more people are not coming. So we have to wake up. We have to wake up. I see a lot of Muslim activists on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Oh my God, TikTok. They have a massive. If today you upload a video about Muslim persecution anywhere in the world, it is within short time you will see it has garnered millions and millions of views, and you will see their nations, their brothers, calling on an emergency meeting to discuss about that matter. But we Christians, we don't engage. Thank God for some activists who are trying to push this narrative. But even them, I see Christian content creators, they are getting very few views, engagements. So if media like Sky News Australia, as I said, or Fox News, they try to cover this Christian persecution, but they get few views. Even them, they get disappointed because they are also in business. They are also doing business. So I expected, try to look at the video by Sky News and Fox News and CBN News trying to cover about Christian persecution. Sometimes you find a video having 20k views. 20k views. I expect that video to reach at least even 10 million views. There are 3 billion Christians around the globe. So most of them are not even aware. We have to engage, especially in this social media. Social media is very powerful right now. The Muslims are using it very effective. But we Christians, despite our number, despite our positions, I expect Christians in nation, in powerful nation like America, like UK, like Australia, like Germany, like France, like Italy, like Poland, use your position. You are in better country. You are in first world. You are in influential nation. Use your position to defend your brothers. Why can't you stage demonstrations? Maybe in some nations there is no such kind of freedom of expression, complication in demonstration, but Christians in those nations, use your position. My brothers in Nigeria, in UK, Christians in those nations like UK, like France, like Germany, like Italy, like Poland, like Sweden, like Australia, like Canada, use your position. Use your position. Why can't you raise your voice? Why are you not pushing your politicians, your leaders to defend Christians? You know, sometimes these leaders in Western world, they are being pushed by Muslims. They decide because they fear Muslims will gang up and maybe they will lose the elections. Bad enough, some leaders in Europe and Western world, they are defending on immigrants, of whom most of them are Muslims, to win elections. That's why you will not see them condemning what gives them advantage to win elections. So Christians, this nation, push your leaders, stage demonstration. Students, Christian students, why can't you stage a demonstration, camping, like those people are doing? Imagine a person like this Khalili, eh? It was Mahmoud Khalili, I think Mahmoud Khalili or Khalili, a Palestinian, a Syrian or Palestinian student invited in America, but he was doing a good job spreading his hate about this demonstration on American universities. Defending what? Defending Palestinian, defending Hamas, until he was arrested by Trump administration. God bless Trump administration. So why do we keep quiet? Why are we so irresponsible? Why are we so lazy? Why we do not engage in social media? So we have little viewership. If I was speaking here about Muslim persecution, even my video could have got a lot of reactions and views. So number two problem, Christians, there is little representation in media. We are being left behind, even though these medias, most of them are owned by Christians or Jews. Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, most of them, if not owned by by Jews or by Christians or by those people who are not Christian, but they are in those Christian majority nation. So there is this problem. I want to address it. Christians, get engaged in social media. Speak out. But again, our brothers in developed nation, you are in a good position. Your voice can be easily heard and respected than we do in developing nations. For example, my video, if I were in America or UK, maybe I could have got a lot of support. So try to do it. People in America there, why can't you demonstrate? For example, in the general UN meeting, UNGA, why can't you demonstrate outside? Why Muslim can do that? Why these people of homosexuality, they can stage demonstration and show what they stand for during maybe UN Security Council or UN General Meeting? They can do it. Why Christian? Why you Christian are you afraid to do that? Thank God I saw this demonstration in UK recently. They are saying unite the kingdom by Robinson, I think. They are trying to defend that UK should go back to its root of Christian, Judeo-Christian roots. So, brothers, Christians, those who are in these nations, powerful nations, like US, like UK, study demonstration out of number 10 there in UK, out of Bundestag, I don't know if I pronounce it well, the Parliament of Germany, out of House of Commons. Why can't you do that? Push that, stage demonstration, speak out, defend your brother, defend your brothers. You are your brother's keeper. Try to defend people who are under persecution. Some nations, there is no even freedom to demonstrate together somewhere. Thank God even people like Netanyahu, he said recently, he's entering in this war of defending Christians. So Israel is sent to open up to defend Christians around the globe. So we have little representation in media. This is our only problem. It is not the terrorist problem. It is not the other religion problem. No. I don't know whether Christians spend their time on social media. I cannot understand. Maybe in movies, maybe in comedies, and whatever. But use your voice, use your position in social media. In social media, let us engage in social media. So if this media like BBC, like CNN, like Fox News, they are also doing business. If they do a video and that video accumulate maybe 20 million views, it will encourage them to do more videos about those issues. But if they do a video and it accumulates 10k views, like that video I saw on Sky News Australia, they are trying to do their best to defend. Thank God for Sky News Australia. They always stand for Christians most of time. Even Fox News America, they try to stand for Christians around the globe, but they get very minimal views on their video. So why can a video by Sky News Australia get 46k views, but when they do a video about Palestinian or Muslim persecution, that video maybe accumulates 1 million views? So we have to engage, especially on social media. Support those voices that are trying to defend Christians. Mind you, there are few people who are defending Christians. There are few nations who can openly stand to defend Christians. Even a pope, most of time, you can see him defending Gaza. The Bishop of Canterbury, the Bishop of England, defending about Gaza, but I have never seen them trying to defend about Christians in Nigeria, in Congo, in Pakistan, in other places. So there are, most of them, as Paul said, they are ashamed of the cross. They are ashamed of the cross. That's why you see leaders like Keir Starmer being asked, we are still a Christian nation. He cannot speak without mincing his words. Why? They are ashamed. They are ashamed of the gospel, of the cross. Yet, of course, again, they don't want to offend their voters. So we have to remember that we don't have representation. We don't have enough nations that can defend us. So we have to defend ourselves. We have to engage on social media. Once you see a video concerning Christian persecution, even if it is not in your country, that are your brothers. This is what Moses told the tribe of Reubens when they were crossing to possess the promised land. They told him that we will go and fight alongside our brothers until they have taken rest, they have rested, they have possessed. We will return also to our position. So let us have this mindset that when my brother in Pakistan is being persecuted, they are being restricted, they cannot worship freely, they cannot carry their Bible publicly, they cannot sell their Bible publicly, they cannot convert people publicly. I have to defend them. I have to speak out. Mind, we don't have representation. So my fellow Christians, once you see a video, once you see a person trying to defend Christian, please subscribe to them. Please support them. Please push that thing. Push that thing. So why a video about Christian persecution? There are millions and millions of Christians in Nigeria. Nigeria alone. So I expected Christians to rush to that video, to comment, to like, to engage. That video, at least it could have reached maybe 10 million people or 10, 20 million views. And for tonight, to my surprise, the video had 46K. So it makes even this media to get disappointed that if I am trying to defend Christians, but Christians themselves are not even aware about persecution. So even me, I will not continue covering Christians. I will go and cover Muslims because they are together. They are together. They defend their faith. Muslims, of course, they are so united, and I admire that. They are so united. They are so united. And sometimes we Christians, we are the ones supporting them. For example, South Africa, a Christian majority nation. You see the ANC, they cannot defend their neighbors, Congo. They cannot defend their fellow black men, Nigerians. But they rush to defend Palestinians. But you, South African, you continue voting for them. No. Push them. Push the ANC. South Africa is a very free nation. Why Christian in South Africa? Why can't you stage a demonstration to the union building that we are standing for our brothers in Congo, for our brothers in Nigeria? We are passive. And mind you, evil prospers when good men remain silent. That is a quote by Edmund Burke. I don't know if I quoted well. Evil spread or prosper when good men remain silent. Our silence is not helping us. Let us engage. My friend here says, the Bible alone doesn't change anything. All strong military nation and strong military providing countries are Christian country, but that doesn't make them any more. But that doesn't make them any more or ethical people. Of course, I agree with you, but they can use their influence, their power, their military to defend their all what we want. We don't want favoritism, or we are not against any one religion. No. Let us worship free. Let us compete. If Christians, if Muslims are allowed to build their place of worship in Sweden, in Norway, in UK, in England, likewise, Christians or Hindus or Judaism, they must be allowed to build freely in Pakistan, in Saudi Arabia, in Syria, in Iran, in whatever nations. That is what we want. That is what we want. So, I was talking about engagement. We must engage, especially in social media. Get out and speak out. Some Christians are so arrogant. They say, oh, our God cannot lose a war. Of course, God has never lost a war and will never lose a war. But I asked you a question at the beginning. Where are the churches we read in the Bible? Where are the 7 churches? Where is Turkey or Turkey today? Where is the church of Ephesians? Where is Colossians? Where is Corinth? Where is it? So Jesus, oh God, we never lose a war, of course, but we can lose. We are now see churches in UK are being bought, are being turned into museums, and the rich people, some from Arab, are trying to buy these churches. So we must know that if we don't stand up, we will lose the freedom we have, and we will suffer greatly. Egypt was once a Coptic majority. If you look Lebanon was a Christian majority nation. If you look in few decades ago, there were a lot of Christians in Syria, in Iraq, in the Middle East. Where is that number today? Where is that? So even UK, even US is not special. Not special. Muammar Gaddafi said that it seemed Allah or their God will grant victory in Europe without using gun or sword, because the 50 million Muslim in Europe, they will turn it inside. That's why you see chaos in European nations. They are targeting those nations because in their interpretation, they know Christianity is coming from Europe or Western nation. That's why they immigrate there. That's why they assault you, they insult you, they call you names, you are infidel, you are haram. Yet they don't want to go to China. They don't want to go to their friend in North Korea or to Russia. They rush, they risk their life to go there. Why? Because they wanted to sabotage. This is why Donald Trump says the enemy from within. The Somalis in America, they insult America, they hate America, yet they don't want to leave America. Why? Because they have an agenda, they have a hidden agenda. They want to conquer Christian. Their enemy is Christ. Their enemy is Christian. There is a war. There is a war to take away Christian from almost all mainstream life. In media, there is bias. In sports, I see like Muslims are too favored. For example, the English Premier League, OPL, when they are fasting, they allow them to break. They give them time to break. I have never seen this favor. I've never seen them consider other religions. Christian fast, even if we do not announce, Christian fast, Jews fast, but I've never seen this favor. So Muslims, by their violence, they defend their religion and their God. For example, today I can mock Jesus, whatever you want, and nothing can be done. No one will attack me because we believe in freedom and we believe that we cannot defend our God. But try to insult their prophet, you will see. Remember the Charlie Hebdo. Can we do this carnival as we have seen in Brazil? People mocking Jesus. Can they do it to Muslims? Can they dare? No, you cannot dare. I'm not advocating that we should follow their way, no. But we can use our peaceful means, our freedom we have, especially our brothers, especially our brethren from powerful nations. You are in good position. Once you are in the UK, once you are in Australia, once you are in Canada, once you are in America, you have good position. You can demonstrate even near to White House or to Buckingham Palaces. Peace protest in Brussels there, in the European Union. Why are brothers in Brussels, in Switzerland, in Norway? You know, brothers, you are blessed in those nations. Your economy is good. Your infrastructure, you can move. You have money. Use your position well. Use your position well. I don't even know why there are Christian billionaires. Why don't you establish media, powerful media like BBC, that can defend your people? You see the Qataris, they established Al Jazeera. And Al Jazeera is doing a very great job defending their interests, defending Muslims. TRT in Turkey, doing good job to defend. But what is global media that can defend Christian? Tell me. At least Sky News Australia, Fox News, they try to do it, but also we disappoint them. We let them down because we do not engage. If BBC does a video about Muslims and it garners maybe 500K, but they do a video about Christians and the video has 10K, even me, as a businessman, I will opt doing more videos about those. So we have to engage in media. We have to engage in media. Let us engage. Be active in social media. Social media now is very, very powerful. Be engaged. When you see a video, you see a person trying to defend Christians, support him. Subscribe, share, like, comment, engage. Brothers, engage. There are millions and millions of Christians in Africa. Let us engage. Let us engage in social media. At least try to know what is going on in the world. The problem, some of Christians, they don't even realize that there are millions of people who are being persecuted. Try to check the data or the research done by some organization like Open Door or the Voice of Matter. They try to express that how many Christians have been killed in the world per year just because they are Christian, not because they have done anything wrong. Try to educate yourself. Try to know what is going on in the world. Try to understand how Christians are being persecuted in Pakistan, how laws operate, how many nations Bible is banned, or partially banned, or totally banned, completely banned. Try to know how it is hard for people to convert in some Muslim nations. I was trying to check laws in different nations. There are some Muslim nations, once you want to convert your name, you have to get permission from the, I think the domestic affair or the religion affair in their nation, just to try to change your name because you want to convert. So they have created a situation that is hard, or it is almost impossible for a person to be converted. There are some churches in these nations, they have allowed them so that you can think there is freedom of worship. Just try to renovate. Maybe there is some crack in the wall, or you want to change a roof in the toilet maybe, or in the church building. You need to get permission from the authority to do that. So try to educate yourself. Christian, don't be lazy. Try to engage. So number 2, as I said, let us engage in social media. I dare, I tell you, I challenge you, I dare you. There is little representation of Christian, engagement of Christians in media. There is little, especially intentional movement, hashtags about Christians, demonstrations. Why students, Christian students in powerful nation like Britain? Also, my friend, subscribe to my channel. We discuss a lot of issues about Africa, but sometimes we go to other, but we are based almost in Africa. Subscribe, share, like, that we may continue engaging each other. So why, brothers or Christians, we saw this disruption in a powerful institution in America? These people trying to their best to raise their voice. Most of them are not even America citizens or UK citizens, but they go to demonstrate. They camp in universities. In universities, they are camping, defending their interests. So why can't we do? Maybe for some of us, we are in nations where there is no freedom of expression. There is no such freedom. You cannot try to stage a demonstration in some parliaments in Africa or outside the state house. It is very hard for some nations, especially in undemocratic nations. Very hard. But there are some free nations like South Africa. There is a lot of freedom. But Christians in South Africa, they are just quiet. They pretend there's nothing happening. Of course, we worship God. We will go to heaven. But also we have to rule here. Be a defender of your brother. Speak out. Voice out. Defend people in Somalia. Defend those who are being persecuted in India, in China. Why the ANC? They cannot push their friend Chinese to allow freedom of worship in China. Yet they want to victimize Israel. And you Christians in South Africa, you watching that while Islam is growing in South Africa, you are allowing Palestinians to come in your nation without visa. And a Christian, we are busy worshiping, clapping, shouting, speaking in tongue. While we are being repressed, we are being pushed away in mainstream area. You see even bias. Try to go to ChatGPT, this AI. There is always bias about Christian. There is bias. You see, this issue of course, for those who believe in spirituality, it is demonic pushed, orchestrated demonically. It is demonic. There are evil forces trying to push this. Because I cannot understand why ANC, they can rush to defend Palestinian, yet they cannot go to defend their neighbor, Congo, their brother, their fellow black men, Nigeria, Sudan. You cannot understand this except you understand the spiritual issues. So, my brothers, my point here is this. Let us engage in media. Let us engage. Try to identify medias like CBN News, like Sky News, like Fox News, those who stand to defend. Maybe shun away this manipulative media like BBC. Those who want to balance, that we say in both sides. People are being killed in both sides. The militant. They can't say even terrorists. The militant, they entered the church. They take the worshippers. So these medias like CNN, like Al Jazeera, like BBC, they have their own agenda because they don't want to lose maybe their fan base in the Muslim world, because they have also a massive support in those nations. So, but there are some medias, there are some activists who try to defend Christians, support those causes. But number 3, my call is for brothers for these free nations. Do you allow people to come to your nation and terrorize you? Why do you remain quiet while a bunch of few people, a minority people, they can shut London by demonstration. They can shut Brussels by demonstration. They can shut New York. They can disrupt studies in university. But you Christians in UK, in US, in Canada, you are afraid. This is my call to you. Use your position. Use your influence. Try to help people who are in trouble. Support them economically. But use your moral support. I said we do not have countries that can defend Christians. We do not have many countries that can support Christian in a global stage, maybe in a UN. They cannot call a emergency meeting to discuss insecurity and terrorism against a Christian in different places. So use your own voice. You are in a free nation where you can demonstrate even outside the White House, the House of Commons in the UK, even in Buckingham Palace, in Brussels, on the EU there. Why can't you go there? My brothers from those powerful nations, German, in the Bundestag there, demonstrate, push your leaders, and vote out these leaders, those who have no moral courage to condemn. They come up with that manipulative soft words. Huh? We condemn these killings. Our thoughts cannot help. People have been killed. People are being stabbed in your own nations. People are being killed. And you say that our thoughts are with, we condemn in the strongest term. My God, I am laughing. Almost wherever there is religious motivated terrorism, they always say, so and so is not permitted in our society. On both sides, we condemn in the strongest term. Take action. Take action. Especially British. You have a massive relationship with Nigeria. Why can't you help Nigeria? With intelligence, with support, military support. Why can't you help them? But Christians in those nations, I would like to tell you that you are in good position. Use your position to defend. You are your brother's defender. Your brother's keeper. It is very hard for we here, maybe in Africa and other places. For example, it is very hard maybe to demonstrate in Pakistan, but people in Brussels, people in the UK, people in France, people in Italy, you can organize and stage a demonstration during the meetings in Brussels about the EU and push them, push your politicians, tell them. When these leaders from these nations, maybe from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar, from Turkey, from other nations, whether they are from Pakistan, when they visit your nation, what do? So we are behind our irresponsibility, our carelessness, our sluggish, our inactivity on social media will cost us. Will cost us, I'm telling you. There are different causes. People do not fear. They are not fearful. They defend their own interest. Do you see the demonstration by these people of LGBTQ? They are not ashamed. They're not even ashamed. They stand for their cause. They can demonstrate anywhere. But we Christians, we fear. I don't know if we fear or we are too busy or we don't care. That because the problems are in Nigeria, far there, in Africa there, I don't care. But all truth are parallel. All truths are parallel. There is a saying that whatever starts with the Jews, don't end up with Jew. Don't end up with Jew. Don't end up with Jew. Once they have finished this, it is coming to you. And let me tell you, you people from Europe, maybe you are too arrogant. Based on what is going on, based on the trend, Europe, perhaps European will cry. Your grandchildren will cry. And perhaps Europe will be a center of radicalism and religious terrorism in near future. Because you have allowed these people who are banned even in their nation. There are Muslims, there are imams, and there are organizations. They cannot operate in Saudi Arabia, the root of Islam. In UAE, they have banned this Muslim Brotherhood and some organizations. By this organization, they are freely allowed to operate in London, in Tokyo, in Toronto, freely. And sometimes, hey, my God. So Europe, wake up, Europe. My brothers, Christians from Europe, you better wake up. You better wake up before it's too late. You better wake up. Use your position. Don't just sit on your television and blame and say, oh, Jesus, come, Jesus. No. Jesus said, occupy till I come. We are here. We should keep fighting. We pray, we fast, we give, but also we engage. If we just pray and sit down, that is not a way to change things. Engage. People in Switzerland, in Belgium, you are in good position economically, infrastructure is good, free of movement. You can go from German and go to participate in demonstration in Brussels, the headquarters of EU, and then go back to Germany by train. By train. Your country are so powerful. Don't just sit watching your churches being converted into mosque, into museums. No, stand up. Stand up, brothers. Stand up, our friends. Use your position. Huh? Let me try to engage with some people here. Thank you for those who are liking, those who are subscribing. Please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. As we want to defend the marginalized people in the world. People are being killed. I saw a Christian, oh my God, a brother Christian, immigrated, I think, from Syria or Iraq to France. That man, he was even disabled. He was a disabled man who just used it to share his faith on Facebook, on TikTok. And some people came and stabbed him, killed him. Imagine killing a person in France. And that man was a disabled man. His mistake, just converting from Christian and started sharing Christian contents. He was stabbed to death in France. And yet he was a disabled man. Lo. Imagine that. So, you are not immune. Maybe you are too arrogant. Sometimes we people from Africa, when we say, you see us as uncivilized, as too radical, that you are too friendly, you want coexistence. There is no coexistence anywhere. These people, they will play nice when they are too weak. But once they are strong, my dear, you will cry. Your grandchildren will cry. Don't follow these leaders. Some of leaders, they don't have even kids. So they have nothing to lose. So don't follow your leaders. People like Emmanuel Macron. These people, sometimes they don't have even kids. So they don't have something to worry. They don't have even kids. And all they want is politics. They want votes because they know they cannot win elections. So they depend on immigrants' vote, of whom most of them are Muslims, perpetrators. I don't hate Muslims. Don't misunderstand me. But I hate violence. I hate violence. So don't follow these people. Europe will cry. So use your position. So number one, we said Christians lack representation on a global stage, especially in the UN. Muslims, they have more than 30 nations, Muslim nations, while Islam is a state religion. So they can defend their people. They can defend their people in different places. But there are no Christian nations that they can say, oh, we are calling for an emergency meeting to discuss persecution. But number two, engagement in media. We have little participation on media, social media. But also we lack media like mainstream media, like Al Jazeera, like BBC, that can defend Christians. We lack that also. So I call also, there are powerful Christian billionaires. Establish a media like BBC and say it will defend. Of course, it will defend all people, but wherever Christians are persecuted, it will stand up Did you see how the Al Jazeera was pushing this Gaza genocide? Al Jazeera, they have their own conclusion and judgment. They say Gaza genocide. Have you seen them say maybe there is genocide in Sudan? There is genocide in Nigeria. Why they don't say Nigeria genocide? Have you seen it? Have you seen Al Jazeera saying? So they up for something. They are defending their people. So we lack representation also in mainstream media. We have to wake up. Before we are outnumbered, we are outsmarted by these people. So we need representation. Please, those people who are watching, subscribe to our channel, like, share, comment. Let me hear your view. What is your view? Let us discuss. But so we need representation. But again, my third call is this. Brothers from these powerful nations, whether there is freedom of expression, freedom of gathering, freedom of worship, use that freedom to defend your people. If today, maybe America attacks Syria, or attacks Oman, or Saudi Arabia, or Qatar, or if today Israel, especially America or Israel or UK, which are termed as Christian or Judeo nations, if today they attack a Muslim nation, you will see demonstration worldwide. You will see on the Friday prayer almost worldwide. That will be a topic in Muslim worship praises. Why don't we do that, Christian? Why are we so divided? There are some powerful pastors. There are some churches. You enter there, you don't see. You see maybe on Saturday there was a terrorist attack somewhere. A church has been burned. Christian has been burned to death. They have been kidnapped. But even prayer is not offered. Even awareness that, oh, we should pray for our brothers. Friend, if we keep quiet, what you hear it very far, soon or later, it will come near you. If you keep silence in the face of evil, pretending that you are safe, it is a matter of time. That same evil will come to you. So if we keep quiet as Christians, maybe by saying that, that is Africa, that is Middle East, that is Asia, my brother, it is coming to your nation. And to your nation, it will be bad. It will be very bad. So, I said, we lack representation in media. We have to wake up. In social media, we have to engage. If today you go to TikTok, we have been outnumbered by our brothers. Though we are men than them. Christians, large number. We have influence in science, influence in sports, influence economically, influence in international organization, whatever, but we are too passive. So, we have to engage. But number four, there are these powerful pastors. I don't understand. There are powerful churches in the world. There are powerful pastors in the world. There are powerful Christian figures. You don't see them. Thank God for Ezekiel Dachomo in Nigeria. He is not too big. He's not got such a big ministry, but he is the one who tried to raise the issue until it reached Donald Trump in America to try to intervene in Nigeria. But there are powerful pastors in the world. I have never seen them saying a word about Christian persecution. I don't know. Maybe they fear to offend their followers, maybe sometimes their viewers are also from other religions. So my call is, these powerful churches, use your position in America. Imagine if people like Joel Osteen, they try to raise this issue. Powerful pastors like T.D. Jakes. Imagine these people. Thank God for pastors like David Oyedepo. Thank God for pastors like Bishop Adeboye. But Pastor Paul Enenche also, they have done their best to try to raise this issue. But most of powerful pastors, powerful singers, gospel singers, who have global coverage, global followership, use your position in Africa. Singers like Dube, powerful choirs like Joy of Celebration. Why are you not using your position to defend your people? So this is also my call. I challenge you, powerful pastors, especially in America, powerful churches with massive followership on social media. Imagine the followership of T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Benny Hinn. He's trying to do that. On Africa, we have a bigger ministry in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Ghana. Our papa like Duncan William, Bishop Doug Hayward Mills. Or Nigeria itself, there are pastors in Nigeria. It seems like they are so quiet. Maybe they are praying, but prayer is not enough. You have to pray and take action. That is faith. Faith without action is dead. Use your support. Use your position. Use your influence to push things. There are powerful preachers who have connection even with some big leaders, with powerful nations in the world. So you just enjoy being invited to pray to State House and don't raise these matters. I tell you, there are a lot of Christians. There is no most persecuted religion in the world than Christian and Jews. For Jews, it's both being Jewish or Jewish, the religion of Jewish observer. For them, you are Jewish, a secular or Orthodox, it is a problem. For Christians, just being Christians, thousands of people are being killed, kidnapped, segregated, fired from job. There was recently a case in India, I think in Court of Appeal or Supreme Court in India. A soldier who refused to bow to a certain festival dedicated to gods, he was fired because of his faith in India. So, if we keep quiet, I urge you, my friend, powerful ministers, powerful leaders, powerful religious figures, powerful Christian preachers, use your massive support, especially in Nigeria, in America, in Ghana, South Africa. Bigger churches, engage. Pastor, educate your congregants. At least let them at least possess some knowledge about what is going on in the world. Don't just keep quiet. Don't just keep quiet. So, this is also a problem. There are influential Christian people, ministers of gospel, both in preaching, both in singing. So don't just enjoy titles while your people are being killed, while your viewers are being killed. Don't just enjoy titles, Archbishop, prophet and apostle. Major one. Of course, there are pastors have tried to do like Hubert Angel. They try to speak, but make this a policy. Spread it. Let us globalize this war. Let us push back. We lead in every area. So, a technology that was invented by Christian, it has been hijacked by other faiths, and they are using to persecute Christians. So we must wake up. Let me try to engage with some people here. Oh, thank you as a diverse culture. Okay, are you a Christian? Yes. You are right. Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel. You guys got digital? No. Hello there, brother. Hello to Mr. Kath Kikian. Where are you from? I am from Africa, East Africa. Are you a pastor? No, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a pastor. I'm just a minister of gospel. But also I am a social media personnel. And my intention is to rise this issue to global stage. So support me. It is a list beneath the religion. Come on, read my comments. I'm sorry, Mr. I saw Kat Kikian. Thank you so much. You have engaged with us a lot. The Bible alone doesn't change anything. All strong military nation and a strong military providing countries are Christian countries, but that doesn't make them any moral or ethical people. Sure, I agree with you. And we don't want to push Christians, theocracy, but we want all religion to be free. And we want these leaders from Christian majority nation, at least let them defend their fellow. Don't let other people alter or weaken your faith. Having faith is believing in God even in your struggles. Yes, I know it. I know it. But sometimes if you don't stand up, even your freedom will be taken away. So even practicing your faith, it will be harder for you. You have gained a follower. Oh, thank you, Jeff Johnson. Thank you so much for following us. Follow as a friend, follow as a friend, follow as a friend. Like, we are here and we want to push these matters across the globe. Listen to what I am saying. Religion is a cover. Race is a target. Of course, I don't know who is the target. The Muslims, the Arabs, the white, the black, or whatever. Race is their target. With all due respect, are you a pastor? Am I in the long chat? No, you're not in the long chat. I'm not a pastor, my friend. I'm just a Christian, but also I am a preacher, but I am active in social media and in different affairs, especially in the Christian world and the Jews. So I'm trying to do my best, to do my part, to contribute in the broader issue about this. All right, bro, I subscribed. God bless you. God bless you so much. I love Africa. We love you also. You're welcome. You're welcome in Africa. Bro, where are you from? I am from Tanzania, East Africa. Tanzania, East Africa. Watching from Clarksville, Tennessee, USA. God bless America. God bless America, my favorite nation. Maybe one day I will be in America. Thank you so much. Subscribe also to our channel. Lando Tieno said hi. Thank you. Petro Salgado said hi. Thank you. April Jiguam. Thank you. April Jiguam. So thank you. Thank you so much for those who watched those who subscribed, those who commented. I want to engage with everyone. Thank you so much. I want to engage everyone. If unfortunately maybe I didn't read your comment, just forgive me, but my intention is to engage with anyone. So, to sum up, Christians, we must wake up. If we continue with our passive culture of silence in the face of evil, silence in the face of evil, it only emboldens, encourages more and more evil. We must wake up. Good evening. Oh, good evening to you. God bless you, Paul Kamala. Hi. Paul Kamala, God bless you, Paul Kamala. Thank you for those who are subscribing and those who are liking. Subscribe to our channel. We discuss a lot of matters, especially about Africa, but cross-cut issues, current affairs issues around the globe also. We cross to Western nations and other nations, but in a good faith and in a good manner, in a respectful way. We want to engage with all people. With all people. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. But today we are looking about Christian persecution, and especially we wanted to look on our own side as Christians. What should we do? And what we have missed in this race. So I was speaking about power of churches and power of pastors on the world. Evangelists, bishops, pastors, prophets, and other ministers of gospels, singers, with millions and millions of followers and followership and viewership. Yet, they do nothing. They don't speak a word until people, those who don't expect, like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is defending. Nicki Minaj can do a better job than some bishops. Yes, she has done her part trying to defend Christians. If Nicki Minaj can do that, how about the pastors? Pastors like Joseph Prince. What are you doing? What are you doing? You have access sometime even to contact some presidents or the general secretary of UN. You have that access. Respected, global respected, renowned preachers like T.D. Jakes, you can do a lot. Your position, God has brought you to that position. I like Pastor John Hagee in America. He is too radical, and he uses his platform so well. So there are a lot of gospel singers, C.C. Winans, powerful gospel singers. Osnach, use your position. Benjamin Dube, use your position. Of course, we pray, we donate, but also let us use. There are different fronts about this matter. So let us be active in all fronts. In social media, let us be active. In politics, let us be active. Even in sports, there are little representation of Christianity now in sports. There are little representation. I see Muslims are being given favor. As I said earlier, in the UK, they give them some time to break their fasting when they are fasting. God bless you, my brother. Of course, thank you, Jeff Johnson. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Johnson. Like and subscribe also. Your little contribution, it helps us a lot. It helps us to reach more people. So, My call is to these people. We don't have representation. We don't have many presidents that can defend us. So use your platforms. If for example, TD Jakes, a person with that level of influence, like TD Jakes, like Joseph Prince, like this pastor of Elevation Church, what is his name again? This young man, charismatic preacher, Steve Furtick, Joel Austin. If preachers of this caliber, this level, maybe they do a video addressing the UN, it is inactivity to deal with this problem, it will reach them. So it is my call. If you are a singer, you are a Christian singer, you are a gospel singer, you are a gospel preacher, and God had given you platform. Some of these preachers, they reach millions and millions of people via satellite, via social media. Use that social media, that platform to defend your people. If we say that we are praying while hiding, we'll keep being pushed away and away and away. And Christianity and Christians will be pushed away, will be removed in all mainstream life. Remember, in all front, we will lose if we don't wake up and if we don't work strategically. Pastor Bill Bright said that the last 7 spheres of life that are influencing people. If I can remember them, I can try to mention a few. He said religion, politics, business and finance, sports and entertainment, culture. So if you are being pushed away in these areas, in sports, there is a little representation of Christianity in sports. In culture, Christians are being sidelined. Those who try to defend Christian values, they are being branded, called some names. Or you are a hate preacher. They are being branded as hate preachers. So if we become ashamed and we hide and we say, oh, we are praying God. No. We are God's ambassador here. We are here to represent Him. We must stand firm to defend our faith. If those people in European, they couldn't stand and defend their nation in France today, maybe today we would have Eurabia, but they defended. So we must defend Christians in Europe. What kind of Europe will your grandchildren live? What kind of America will your grandchildren live? You have enjoyed decades of prosperity, freedom. You have freedom when most of us, you have access, you have level of economy. Use that well. Use it well, please. Use it well. Use it well. Use it well. Please use it well. So, God bless you. God bless you so much. But if you're a preacher, use that platform. Ben Hinn, Kenneth Copeland, Joel Austin, Steve Furtick, powerful ministry in America, powerful gospel ministers in the UK, in Australia, in Canada, in Ghana, in South Africa, Pastor Bishop. I used to watch them. I watch them. A lot of them I watch them. Powerful ministers in Brazil, they stand up. God has given you that position for His purpose. And the purpose may include defending His people who are being persecuted. Hmm? Let us suppose those people who are front line trying to defend. Did you see the impact by Ezekiel Dachomo? Just an elder man. Eh? He's not a big preacher in Nigeria. He doesn't have a greatest ministry in Nigeria, but his heart, how he dedicated his heart on the Christian cause, it has exploded worldwide until it reached Trump. It reached some great medias in the world. He has been interviewed. You see now his influence, his heart. So, where are these powerful ministry? Are you just keeping quiet? Are you burying your head in the sand and pretending that nothing is happening? While Christians, thousands of Christians are being killed every year, are being kidnapped, are being denied their right to worship, are being forced to mail. Villages, neighborhoods in Pakistan have been laid down. For what? Just because they are Christians. So, as I said earlier, if we understand our strengths, we are so strong. We lead in every area. We lead in every area. But we have not used our position well. That's why immigrants in Europe, they can shut cities by demonstration. And you just watching and crying inside, saying, oh, our leaders have brought us problems. No, fight back. Organize protests. Shut London. Push your leaders. You have that freedom. You have that access. Why are you not using it well? So my brothers, my sisters, that is what I've been trying to say. I've been live now for almost 2 hours. I wish now to end up here, but those 12 people who are watching, I would like to ask you, all of you, just subscribe to our channel, share, comment. We'll be here we'll be here again together, maybe tomorrow, continuing our live sessions. We want to establish a channel that can speak for Christians, for Jews, and all for Africans across the globe. That is our intention. We are not against persecution of any kind, and we are not biased against any man's religion, but all we want is free and fair, level ground. Just in sports, level the ground and let us pray. And whoever wins, let them win. If they are being allowed in America, in Australia, they should also allow people in their nations. Why Somalis, my neighbors here, Somalians, my fellow black men in Somalia, they want freedom in America. The freedom they can't get in their own nations. Check Ilhan Omar. Very arrogant woman. Why? Because she is in America. If she were in Somalia, maybe she could have been a fourth wife. You are not even allowed to talk in Somalia as a woman. But because she is in America, she is too arrogant. She can say anything about America president. She can insult anyone. Too arrogant. So this is killing your nations. You people in America. Just because of politics, you are killing your nations. So don't allow people to come terrorize your nation. What they can do in their own nations, you allow it in your own nation. Have you seen this Palestinian demonstration, of which most of them are pushed? The agenda behind is religion, but under umbrella of land and occupation and war of Palestinians. But they catch the hidden agenda is religion. So you allow them in London, they camp, they disrupt studies in your prestigious universities, where everyone wants to be in your universities. You allow this uncivilization to go on in Harvard, in Cambridge. Oh, who has bewitched Europe? It seems that Europe is tired of peace and prosperity. And this thing is now going to America also, to Canada and Australia. You have not seen the level of life we live. You're not seen. Somebody said, you know, there is some kind of these guys, these people who say that we are a religion of peace. They are not a religion of peace, so let me speak like a Nigerian. That religion of peace, so these people, they are not a religion of peace. If they're a religion of peace, where is peace in their own nation, in their originality in the Middle East? Where is peace there? Why are they learning from their own nation to go to the nation that they call infidel and haram? Why these Somalians or Somalis, why don't they leave Minnesota and go back to Mogadishu? Why don't they want, why they don't want to leave? Why they don't want to leave? Why? Use your common sense. They up for something. They are enemy from within. Once they obtain citizenship, you have nothing you can do about them. That's why you see people like Ilhan Omar, so arrogant, she can insult anyone. She can say with big mouth against the president of America. If she were in Somalia, I assure you that woman, Ilhan Omar, she could not even get a chance to speak. In Somalia, you don't even have a chance to speak as a woman. Maybe you end up being a fourth woman, a fourth wife. But once they're in America, once they're in UK, they are taking advantage of your system. And these liberal people, sorry, these liberal people, this radical left, as Trump says, they are killing these nations. They are killing this nation. Please don't destroy Europe. Please don't destroy America. You know, there was some time at least people would say that there is somewhere we can learn. So you are allowing now, you are turning to be a third world country. You allow these people who don't want to assimilate. People there in America for maybe 20, you find a person in Sweden. He has been in Sweden for 20 years, but he cannot even speak Swedish. People are in America, but with Somali mentality, attitude. They are killing your nations. They are killing your nations. So there is now no place as a Christian you can feel safe. Sometimes maybe you could think that maybe I am persecuted in Pakistan. Let me go to UK. It is a safe society. No. You're not even safe now. As I said, that person, a disabled man, I've forgotten his name. He was in Iraq, I think, and emigrated to France, maybe for refuge, feeling safe. But he was stabbed, killed in France. So today, there is no place as a Christian you feel safe, both spiritual and physically. We should end this. Things are not supposed to be like this way. So God bless you, my friend. Thank you for those who watched. Thank you for those who subscribed. And if you're not subscribed yet, I urge you, subscribe to us, because we want to establish a movement. We want this channel to be a platform that can speak some topics that your politicians, those who want to be politically correct, they cannot speak them. We want to do it. So subscribe to our channel, comment, share. We'll be here again next time discussing another matter. I love you so much, so much. Thank you for 6 people who are still watching. Please, 6 of you. Please, 6 of you. Please hit that subscription button. Your subscription, just a subscription, will help us a lot. God bless you so much. God protect you in whatever nation you are. Stay safe and stay engaged. Goodbye. Good night. If you are in a night mode, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, in wherever you are. Thank you so much and God bless you. Until next time, I am E.G. Siaga from here, East Africa, Tanzania, Africa. Oh, amen, amen. Lord Stewart, God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my brother. God bless you so much. 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 Share our channel. Invite also some people. Invite more people to come to our channel. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you. I love you, my brothers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Goodbye.